in here in case you need to check it. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I don't put it automatically, so sometimes I forget. Yes, Bong.
Okay, let me clarify a little bit. So
Mm.
our discussion is what is the objective of discussion? It means like the reading one, we can raise up the example, raise up the
Mm.
our understanding relate to the question what is the flu and that can the
Mm.
food choices, right? And
No, no,
also
no.
the reading too.
I don't want everyone to share their own understanding or your own answer. All right. So the answer need to come from reading one.
Oh, okay.
All right. So after you understood the reading one, what part of the reading one that talks about you know what
The
influence
food.
your food choices?
Mm,
Okay. And number two, same thing.
yeah.
Right after reading the reading two, what part of the reading that says that this or that influence your food choices? Right. Don't answer based on your own opinion or you feel
Mm,
like whether you like the food or whether uh, the food is delicious or it is advertised. Don't do that. All right. So use what the reading says as the answer, and you can provide your personal example. Right. That's when you use your own story. Okay.
mm, okay. Okay.
Excuse me, sir. Right
Mm,
or
yeah.
I say right, sir.
You don't need to write yet. Just note down. After this, I will make an outline for everyone. So, all right, later. Okay.
Yeah.
So now just note down
We
all the
gotta do the
important points.
outline for 19.
Yeah. But for now, just note down all the
Okay.
important idea.
Yeah, move to our discussion. Rachana and Likian. Yeah, a bit familiar with the word.
Criticize it as much. Maybe even trying to embrace trends and seeing where it goes or seeing what's the benefits and stuff like that. And if we're talking about the information in the article, the information one, in the information from the article one, um, it talks about trying to use food to maximize the benefits that it gives in our life, in our nutrition, in our communication with other people. And so it's very practical and more grounded, and we can see the effects that it has on our everyday lives. But in Article 2, it focuses more on research, on data analysis, and on information that you get from a large group of people rather than things that affects your own personal life. That's the
Right now,
general
sorry to
summary.
interrupt you. Sorry, it's too long. Just can you cap up one point that goes straight to the the influence the food choices from
Yeah,
reading one.
yeah, I was just coming to an end there. Like just yeah, for me it's just making a comparison, and I think maybe for Bong Li Kian he can elaborate more on the specific information. But for me it's just making a comparison, and yeah, that's the end for me.
Um, from the reading one, basis on my I capture from the reading one is uh, that one thing that that very interest for me is reading the label, the product label, product label. It can me to that influence to to influence me to with the food choices. I think is reading label. Second thing in the one is the recommendation from doctors. Doctor recommendation also influence me to in my choices food. This is 2 point. You get you get it?
Yes. So for you, you focus on reading one.
yeah, we split into part. In reading one, what is the main action or main you have learned from reading one that influence your food choices. So I have two part, two point. The one point is reading level of the product that influence me in my food choices. And second of the daughter recommendation, because the in reading one mention about what is the daughter recommendation that the people change mindset when we go to the shopping, and the recommendation from daughters can be you have very difficult to choose the what kind of the product that can be benefit to healthy. This is I should Lee Kim, we want to hear from your side.
Yep. For me, the influence my food choice is reading one is the talk about the recommendation like for like just suggest from the doctor, and the second they talk about the many tips. But the only two tips that influence to me, just tip number one is food is not too much, and the tip number two is get out from the supermarket is whatever possible. That tip is very influential to me, and the second the reading two that the point that influenced me because they talk about trend and also they talk about the survey so that I can learn from like anything about survey the people they have different choice and also the different trend as well, so that's why it influenced me.
Yep. Understood.
Yeah, understood. Singing, right? Singing. So reading two for Lee King, you mentioned about what? What is
The
I
yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Actually, can I just say what I understood from that?
Yeah,
yeah,
you
Yeah, I think he said that it was interesting to learn about how trends change and all the people's different opinions and stuff like that. Maybe.
yeah, that's right, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
there's for my side, and I already raised up about my capture from the reading one, and for the reading two, I'm just to raise up one thing is I'm not to think about the trend, but I just to think about the information from the social media that information related to the food benefit, food recommendation influence me in choosing the food. This is my points.
Yeah, and can I also add more to it?
Yeah.
It's like once you know how these trends come and go, then whenever a new trend comes, then you realize where it comes from and whether or not you should believe it. And in the article, it also mentioned that only a few top sources of information can influence a large group of people. So you have to, so it makes you recognize what the top sources are and what they're saying and compare to the actual facts if it's true or not, or they're just trying to push it to sell a product or something.
Mm.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think that's all from me.
Yeah, so we have an individual capture and the point that influence for choosing the food. And actually, we going to provide personal examples. I have 3 points, reading one and 2 points, and reading two and 1 point. So, my first point, I just to raise yes my example because the the example is a bit immediate to raise up, so have no more elaborate related to my example. Likin, do you have any example related to the reading one?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah. Can you raise up? We can learn together.
For my personality, like eat food not too much. That's the tip. This one for me. When I eat too much, when I eat too much, when I very hungry, I always have problem with stomach. Like I'm not sure in English, per anytime. So
Yes, yes.
that's why I think, it's very bad our health. So that's why tip number one is very good to improve our health.
Yeah, it's like the effect that coming from the eating too much food, right?
Yeah, that's right. Eating too much
Okay.
is very bad our stomach.
Uh, I'm not sure the word in English is like very full, and so it's your stomach can be kind of attack it more.
Yeah.
So it's like that. Okay, and not good healthy. And sometimes we feel stressed on eating food because many kind of food that is we like, and so we eat like competition. have have you ever um go to what we can Rachana, in buffet, right? Buffet, right?
Yeah,
Buffet.
free,
Yeah,
Buffet.
buffet. Yeah, buffet.
free.
So yeah, free for eating.
Yeah,
Sometimes we feel regret with the money. We feel like I spent too much money on the buffet, so I have to like to make it full my stomach. Okay, good example. And second reading, do you have any example, Likim?
for me not yet. Not yet.
Not yet. Yeah,
Yeah.
just want to hear from Rachana. She is the one who full of example. I know.
Thank you. Also, if you hear any noise in the background, please ignore it.
No problem. No problem.
For me, because I use social media a lot. Yeah, because you work with Gen Z, you know.
Oh wow!
Um,
Wow, interesting.
yeah. So in social media, there are people pushing so many products that they want you to buy a lot related to food and health. And basically, in this article, it very much just tells you how easy it is and to predict trends, how easy it is that people can influence us. So I guess as a person that sees a lot of these advertisement, it just makes me think about it more and be more careful with it.
Mm. Oh, just like you mentioned, like Food Panda that make us to make attract us to order.
Yeah, I am food panda expert.
Wow! So you have many links from Food Panda. Not there are a lot of sources that you can order by online, right?
Yeah, and I even know food panda is the more expensive one.
Okay, unmute, Regina.
Sorry, I'm a little bit busy. Something.
Okay. Okay, yeah. I think my example I will be raised up about my the first point of reading one is the reading labels of the product is kind of the cost that can affect to me relate to the choosing the food because when I go I have not too much experience on shopping, but I am like the one who like cook, and so sometimes I go through the market, and so I read a lot of the labels that kind of sometimes I have to know what is the the substance that can affect to the health also. We think about healthy food, so that's why the label of the product is important, that we need to know what is the substantial that affect it. For example, right now I have a chronic cold disease, so that I have to know what is the product that have a less of the carbonhydrate, it's for glucose, yeah, the glucose, like the sweetie, so that I have to read. And also uh, what kind of product that have knows the the acknowledge from the Ministry of Health. So sometimes that food is expensive. It's not convenient for me to select. Um, second example, doctor recommendations. So I the one because I'm older now, and so a lot of recommendation from doctors. When I come back from the hospital, and so I cannot eat something because a lot of recommendation. Like when I follow all the recommendation from the doctors, I nothing to eat. You get it? Have
Yes,
you ever
very
that?
very limited. Especially for me also after I got my diagnosis for like stomach problem,
Mm,
they cut off all my favorite food.
yeah, yeah. That is very hard for us to select the food that is proper for us for our healthy. This is my example. And from the reading too, my point is related to the information, the trend that right now in not only not Rachana, she the one in Gen Z, but Gen Z we have to learn about the Gen Z because Gen Z have a lot of creative idea, and also I have learned from the young peoples. Um, that's great. But social media, a lot of social media from YouTube, they talk too much about the healthy, talk about what kind of the disease that explore or breaking out right now because very harmful for us and to escape it from that. So this is what the media can influence for choosing the food. uh, Honestly, right now, I don't know even using the Food Panda order from the social media. And even, my friend asked me but I try to use, the menu, not to use the media. This is
Yeah,
what,
yeah.
yeah, I try it because when I go to my workplace and I go directly to the restaurant to select the food because I can see directly how they cook and how much the hygiene they doing. So sometimes we order from the meat from the Food Panda, but we don't know the sauce. The sauce, the sauce is important.
Yeah, yeah.
Hygiene sanitation is important that we need to know. Yeah, we don't know exactly where the vegetable come from, where the integrated come from, how the meat quality that they get from, because a lot of the chemical using in a lot of the kind of our vegetable. Even we think about the vegetable is very benefit for healthy, but we don't think too much about the how much the vegetable content with the chemical. So the chemical fertilizing affect to the healthy as well. So this is I have to balance. Thank you.
Thank you, Bong.
I think it, it's all. Teacher, go
Okay,
back to you.
very good. Okay, so when I listen to the discussion, good, but be careful that the topic is what influence your food choices. So whatever example, whatever point that you chose, you need to somehow relate it to the food that you buy, either at a supermarket or market, right?
Yeah,
So if you say the label, right, and does the doctor recommend that has any effect on your purchases at the supermarket, right? So you say
yeah,
label, right? So whenever you go to the supermarket, uh, you look for food that contain less sugar but more protein, for example. All right. So you say label is important. Let's say or nutrition within the food is important, right? So when you go to buy food, you look for food that is high in protein, high in vitamin, something like that. So you can think of some example that back that up. Let's say you like protein, so you go for ground beef. You go for what else? Chicken, all right, or more white meat, for example. Okay,
Omega
so
3 and 6 and
oh my, yeah.
yeah. So it's coming from the like the nitrate, like the same nitrate, right?
Mm. So like Rachana shared earlier, right? So you might avoid omega 3. Sorry, you might avoid healthy
Omega
chef,
6.
omega
With
6, right? You might avoid you know, those vegetable oil or something like that. Okay, and you look for more like better alternative, maybe olive oil, but it could be more more expensive, right?
yeah,
Okay.
olive oil.
Mm. I think I've watched a lot of fitness influencer, and they talk about you using the sprayer, you know, oil
Oh
spray.
my gosh. I've seen that. It doesn't look healthy.
It's also not healthy. Okay, you know
No,
the
I don't know the content of what's in it, but just the application. It's very scary in my opinion.
I see.
Oil
Uh,
spray.
no, the idea is you don't want to use too much oil, right? Like
Mm.
if you uh how do you say that, if you pour the oil into the pan, normally you either put too much or too little. Right, if you have
Okay, so
those
but
mhm,
like you know, in the Mediterranean areas like Greece and maybe Italy, they use a lot of olive oil and they're
mm,
actually very healthy. Olive
uh,
oil is actually very recommended to use in high dosage.
oh, use in high dosage. I see.
Yeah, use in large amounts.
Okay, I guess it's probably because those fitness influencer, they don't want you to have too much intake of oil because it's,
Yeah.
I guess
Maybe
because
like
it's cut,
maybe they're
right?
talking about it.
Yeah,
Maybe they're using a worse quality of oil, so they don't want to ingest too much.
that's right. That's right. Okay, so I saw that, right? They use the oil sprayer. Cái spray lên nó tới cái mò kia trơn pe. Okay, because if you non-stick pan, it's good enough. Okay, and yeah, about that, try to link it to the food that you buy. Okay, so I will help you with the assignment a bit. EP10. Okay, so our first writing project. Okay, and in our first writing project, the topic is what influence your food choices. Okay, what influence your food choices? So what you need to do is to complete the outline. Okay, so write down your thesis statement. Okay, first of all, write down your thesis statement, and then in your body paragraph, you can start with your topic sentence. All right, so this is a detail detail. Just keep adding more detail, all right? How can I make it this easier?
So what kind of paragraph, what kind of essays do?
It's similar to an analysis essay, right? So you analyze, using the reading one and the reading two, and what actually influence your food choices, similar to a reflection as well. So let's say you, Li Qian, right? He cannot eat a lot, okay? Or he doesn't eat a lot of meat, for example. So he is likely to purchase more vegetable, all right? So looking at the reading, right? What explain this, you know, food choice of his, right? Why does he buy more vegetable and less meat? Okay, so in the reading, what explain that? All right, so it's more like an analysis essay. It's similar to an analysis essay. Okay, so detail and example. All right, so when you take out the detail, you can have more than one detail if you want to. And example should be about yourself. Okay, so detail should be from the reading. All right, so it should be from reading one or reading two, right, to back up your topic sentence. Okay, and everyone should be able to write at least two body paragraphs, um, and then write a concluding paragraph. Okay, all right, so concluding paragraph, simply you can just write a sentence. uh, Maybe you can write a concluding sentence for me, and maybe write about your lesson learned or suggestion. Okay, any suggestion or recommendation you have. Okay, so in the detail and example, you may have more than one detail and one example. All right, so it's up to you as to how many detail you need, right? But I suggest two should be maximum, right? If you do three, that paragraph will be too long. Okay, so whenever you put detail, make sure if you put two here, you also need two here. Okay, why? Because consistency. Okay, don't write this too long and this one too short. Okay, imagine you explain something, and some point you explain a lot, some point you explain too little, right? As a listener, I can understand, oh, that point is more important, this point is not important. All right, so that is why whenever you explain something, make sure that it's in equal amount. All right, otherwise the listener will see it as, oh, that's important, that's not important. Okay, all right, so you're not asked to write an essay yet. Okay, you are asked to complete the outline. Okay, so just complete the outline. All right, um, and when you're done, please record your voice explaining this outline to me. Okay, so I will check the outline first. If the ideas, the detail, it click, I will tell you, okay, that's good, you can start produce the essay. Right, if I find something off, it doesn't answer this statement, or your detail or example doesn't answer your body paragraph, or it missed something, uh, I will ask you to make changes accordingly. Okay, so just complete the outline first, and then make a recording for me. Okay, so let me duplicate this. We got four, right? Okay, we got one minute.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Likim.
I need to recording to you first, like send to why to you, and then I it's correct, and then we need to write. Right? I'm not sure.
Okay, this is an outline. So you complete the outline and then you record a voice explaining your outline to me. All right. So you presenting. In this essay, I'm going to write about uh, two factors that influence my food choices. The first factor is this. In reading one, it says blah 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 blah. For example, whenever I go to this and that, in reading two, it says this. And for example, when I do this and that, right? So in short, um, this influence why I buy a lot of vegetable. All right. And then you go to body paragraph two. Another factor that contribute to my food choices is that blah blah blah. All right. So in reading one, it says like this. Example. In reading two, it says like this. Example. And then you move to the conclusion, right? So you just outline your ideas on here, and then I want you to record it, your voice uh, presenting the outline to me. Okay, so I will listen to your presentation, and also I will look at your outline, whether it all connects or not. If not, I will let you know. Okay, so it's important to do an outline before you start writing, because if you write and then some of the point doesn't connect or it doesn't answer the topic, you have to do it again. Okay, so plan first, present it out first, let me check. If it okay, you can put it into an essay. If not, I will ask you to make these changes and these changes, and then you can put that into an essay. Okay, good. Lee Kim, are you clear with the
Yes, sir.
clarification?
Thank you, sir. Got it.
All right. Okay, so I will put that as writing one. Okay, so homework, complete your outline for writing one and make a voice recording presenting your outline. Okay, so I'll put the link there, and everyone should start listening to listening one, listen to. Okay, listen to listening one and two. Okay, so that's the only homework, right? Beside the completing the outline. Okay, so listen to listening one and listening two. Take note on your notebook. All right. Okay.
Yes, Cha.
So listening is long, I know. Okay. So you should divide time. Okay. I listen to it as many time as possible. Okay. Uh, I cannot promise if I can make a some question to help you, but what I could do is probably I could go and list down some important keyword uh, later in the comments to help you. Okay. Um, so think of it as like listening to a podcast, but you need to write down. Okay. Chẳng, I think 1 week should be enough for you to have enough time to listen to listening one and two. So like set it as a time. All right. 3 ngàyដំបូងស្ដាប់ listening one, 3 ngàyក្រោយស្ដាប់ listening two. Okay. យើងស្ដាប់វាឲ្យបានច្រើនដង everyone. ហើយ take note នៅលើ notebook, and your main goal is to be able to talk about the listening one and listening two. All right. យើងត្រូវតែអាចនិយាយអំពីអ្វីដែលគេបកស្រាយនៅក្នុង listening ទាំងពីរហ្នឹង Okay. Right, so any question for today, everyone?
It's
I
clear
think
for
no,
me.
teacher.
Okay.
Not yet, sir.
Okay. Right. So let me know if you have any problem or need any help, and I will try to, add some of the key important word in case in both listening they have like important key terms you need to understand. So I will list them down. Okay. I will try to list them down as soon as I can. Okay. So enjoy the rest of the day, everybody, and have a wonderful weekend.
Bye,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Everyone.
Goodbye.
Bye,
Goodbye.
teacher.